Hey there. Subscribe to my channel. And also press this bell icon, so you never miss any new updates, cause whenever we upload new video you will get a notification on your phone.
Hi, today in my bench I have the sankey portable radio. Now the owner of this unit, she told me that she was having problem in powering on the unit, and once the unit it is powered on, she was also having problem in tuning up stations. So today in this video we are going to open this unit up, test it and see what's wrong with it and how we are going to fix it. So let's get started. Now before I open this unit up, I have to show you some of the features that this model has. The first feature, that the radio in this unit, it can receive up to 11 different band. It can receive the normal FM band and also the normal middle wave band, and it can receive up to 9 different shortwave bands. So yeah. Now in the upper part of the unit we can see that there is a USB socket and also an SD card socket. And the circuitry of these two sockets, it is capable of playing music from a USB, a flash drive, and also from a SD card. And the neat thing about that circuit, or this circuit, it is also capable of recording in these two storage devices. It can record a normal talking sound or conversation from a built-in mic, or it can record music directly from radio. So yeah, this is really nice. Now under the frequency shutter we can find 4 buttons. The first button, it is the play pause. The second one, it is the previous. The third, it is next. And the fourth one, it is record/delete button. So these 4 buttons are for the CPU of the SD card / USB reader / recorder. So yeah, under these 4 buttons we can find that this is where the band selector switch it is located, and we can find that in this position we can select the FM, and in the opposite position we can select the middle wave, and between these two positions we find that we can select the shortwave 1 to 9. So yeah, also this unit, it has a 4-inch built-in speaker in it. So yeah, now next to the SD card socket we can find that this thing has a headphone jack and also a AUX jack. So yeah, and in here we have the function selector switch. You can select the radio, the USB, SD card, and the AUX, or the you can set it to off position. Now the interesting thing about this model, that also this thing has a built-in lamp in it. So yeah, so it have a built-in flashlight. Now here is a flashlight main control switch. You can turn the flashlight on and off, and if we turn the unit to this side we can see the flashlight, it is located in this side. So yeah, now the bulb in it, it doesn't use a old style filament bulb, it uses an LED. So yeah, so this thing, it is made to last depending on the condition and the quality of the LED itself. So yeah, but this is really nice. Wow. I really love this radio. Now if we turn the unit around to its back, we can see that here is the AC input jack, and also here is the battery compartment. And if we open the battery compartment, we can find that the battery compartment, it is suitable for accepting 4D cells type batteries. So it consume, or it works on a 6 volts. So yeah. And in this area we can find that there is a selector for selecting the power voltage of your area. And it has two position, the 110 volt, the 220 volts. So yeah, this is really nice. Now if we examine, or if we read the label, or the printed label, we can find that the model of this unit, it is the r-460 or 86m. So yeah, this is the model number of this unit. Now there is something, it is existed inside of this unit, a built-in rechargeable battery, a 6 volt rechargeable battery, up to, and the capacity of it up to 1000 milliamp or 1 amp. So yeah, so this thing, it is really cool, and I like the build quality of it. It doesn't has the best type of plastic in term of build, but it is really cool. It has very good features, and wow. So let's open the unit up and see the inside of the unit and see what's wrong with it and how we can fix it. So in order you can open this unit up, you have to remove 4 screws from the corners of the unit, and here is the 4 screws, and here is where the screws are located. And once you remove these screws, you can open the 2 parts of the enclosure. So yeah, and I already removed this, the 4 screws, as you can see. So let me try to flip the unit and place it on the table gently. This unit is really heavy, it is not light. So yeah, and let me try to lift this part, and here we go. Here is the inside of this radio, or this unit. We can see here is the 4-inch speaker, and the labeling or the specs of this speaker, it is 8 ohm 10 watt. So yeah, always in the Chinese speakers, the rating, it is half or quarter what it is printed or what it is written in it. So yeah, so if it is 10 watt, in reality it can handle up to 3 watt at the maximum. So yeah, also in here we can find that this thing, it actually has a built-in mic, but the downside or the bad thing about the that this mic doesn't have a shielded wire or a shielded cable, in order so the signal of this mic can be hooked up to the rest of the unit. So yeah, instead of the shielded cable, they use a normal type wires. So yeah, this is commonly this is quite common in low end Chinese devices. So yeah, now taking a look at the circuitry, we can find that this thing uses it is digital. it doesn't use a normal type variable capacitor. It uses a pot. Wow. Wow. Let me try just to. Wow. This thing, it is a digital tuner. It has a digital tuning circuitry. It doesn't use a normal type of variable capacitor. Wow. That wasn't what I was expecting. So yeah, I wasn't expecting this at all. So yeah. Here is the rod antenna for the middle wave, and the curious thing that this thing uses, or the bar antenna, it uses only the coil in it. It has only two wires. It doesn't use four wires. So yeah. So the reception in this, it is in the middle wave, it is really weak. So I think so. We will test this after I fix the unit. Now in here we have the USB socket and also the SD card socket, and here is the two jacks, and here is the function selector switch, and in here we have the filter capacitor with the diodes or the bridge diode circuitry. In here we have the transformer, and that is really nice. About 90% of these low-end Chinese radios, they use a transformerless circuit, but this thing uses a transformer. That is really nice. And here is the built-in battery, and here is the flashlight lamp itself. So yeah. So let me just unplug these two plugs, the speaker plug and also the mic plug, and remove this part of the unit and put it aside, and take a look at the circuit in a freely manner. So yeah. Now, as we can see, the battery wire, one of the wires, has been cut, and there is corrosion. It is all over the place, and it is from the battery. So yeah, so there is an acid traces, and it bust, and it corrupted the wire of the battery. So yeah, so the battery needed to be replaced. But before I jump to conclusions, I will try to power this thing up on the AC and see what we are getting, or what it is, the symptoms that this unit has, before we started the repairing process. So in order I could test this unit up, I reconnected the speaker jack into its place, and also I connected my AC power cord into the AC jack of the unit, and now I'm going to power on the unit by flipping the function selector switch into the USB SD card position and see what this unit it is going to produce. So here we go, and once I flip it, we can hear, or I can hear a weak humming or a weak buzzing. It is coming out of the speaker, and this tells me that the amplifier circuitry, it is sort of working, and this is a really good indication. So yeah. So let me just flip the function selector switch into the radio position and see what we are getting. And we are getting nothing. So yeah. So let me just, nothing. The radio, it is dead as a doornail. So yeah. So wow, the radio, it is totally dead. So yeah, but the amplifier, we have a very loud hum when I try to touch the knob of it. So yeah, the amplifier, it is definitely working, but the radio, it is totally dead. So what I'm going to do now, I'm going to pause this video, disconnect the speaker, disconnect the power cord, and remove this board from its place, and take a look and examine the function selector switch and the radio circuitry, and see where it is the fault in this radio. So here is the PC board has been removed from its place in the cabinet, and after I remove all of the screws that hold this board into the body of the unit, now I can lift it up and flip it to the other side in order so we can examine the component of this circuit. Now a close inspection of this circuitry, we can see that there is three main ICs, three SMD ICs in this side of the PC board. In here we can find that this IC, and according to the traces, and if we follow the traces, we can see that it is connected to the USB and also the SD card sockets, and I believe this IC, it is what control the USB and the SD card functionality, and this is the record play IC for that section. So yeah, and also according to the traces, and if we follow the traces that connect this VR resistor, and we all know that this VR resistor, it is what act like a variable capacitor, and if we examine the traces, we can see that they are connected to this IC. So this IC, it is the radio tuner IC. So yeah, as for this 8-pin IC, SMD IC, I don't know what the functionality of it, but let me just zoom in a little bit in order so I can examine the part number, and after I zoom in, it is the 24C02N. So this IC, it is a memory. So yeah, wow. This unit, it is very simple, really nicely designed, and I really like it actually. It is not a very high quality unit, but I really like the design of it, the traces, the layout of the PC board. So yeah, this is really nice. It is not a high quality radio, but it is good. And in here we can find that this is the audio amplifier IC. It is in this section, and it is under the heatsink. So yeah, wow. Now there is something, it is interesting, and I was wrong before that when I saw these rail of diodes, that these are the bridge rectifier diode, that they take the power from the transformer and convert it to DC in order so the the charging circuitry can charge the battery, and also it can power up the unit. But as we can see from the traces, these rail of diodes, they are connected, all of them, into the positive of this capacitor. So yeah, this is really interesting. As for these rail of SMD diodes, they are make the bridge rectifier circuitry. So yeah, really nicely, really nice layout, really interesting layout, to be honest. And I'm really impressed about the person that, or the persons, they designed this circuitry. So yeah, wow. So what I'm going to do next, I am going to remove and desolder this function selector switch, remove it and open it, disassemble it completely, clean the contacts, and then reassemble it again and resolder it. As for the VR resistor that act like a variable capacitor, I'm going to remove it also, disassemble it, clean it, and then reassemble it again and resolder it. And also I'm going to do the same thing with the band selector switch. And then after I do all of these steps, we will power on the unit, and we will see how the unit will act. So here is the function selector switch has been disassembled and cleaned, and as we can see, here is the contacts inside of it. It is now very clean, and it is conducting in a really good manner. I'm going to reassemble it again and then resolder it back into its place. And after I did this, I'm going to address the issue with the VR resistor, or the tuning VR resistor, and disassemble it, clean it, and then resolder it back into its place. And after I resolder the VR resistor, I'm going to desolder the band selector switch and do the same treatment like I did with the function selector switch. So yeah, so I'm going to do all of this, and we will see how this unit it is going to work. So here's the unit has been completely reassembled, and I resolder the main function selector switch and also the variable resistor into its place, and also I cleaned up the band selector switch, and here is the unit has been completely reassembled as I said. Now I already connected the unit to a 6-volt battery, my bench 6-volt battery, and now I'm going to turn on the unit and see how this unit it is going to play. So here we go, and here is the radio. As we can see, now the radio it is fully operational, and now let's try to tune up some stations. Now because it is digital, it only receives the high powered stations. So here is one station, here's the other one, here's the other one, here is the also another channel. As we can see, the radio it is completely working, and it is working really well. So yeah, so what I did with the function selector switch, I greased it up, and as we can see, it is now working in a really good manner. So yeah, so in the end, I hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, please like, subscribe. Thank you for watching. See you next time.